viewers, this video is for education purpose only. No copyright infringement. This copyright belongs to the rightful owners. The contents are taken from the reference book prescribed by SPPU Pune. In our last video of the thermogravimetry chapter, we saw about the apparatus used, that is thermobalance, used in the thermogravimetry experiment. The thermobalance has four major components: the electrobalance and its controller, the furnace and temperature sensor, the programmer or computer, and fourth one is the recorder or plotter, or it is also called as data acquisition device. The first part is the balance. The balance used in many of the commercial apparatus is modified electronic balance. Here you have, you will see the diagram for modified electronic microbalance. We will see the working of the modified electrobalance. The lightweight arm is pivoted in an electrical coil suspended in a magnetic field. The position of arm is measured by an optical sensor. Here it is the optical sensor, and any deflection causes a current to be supplied to the coil, which restores it to the null position. This is important for maintaining a constant position of the sample in the same zone of the furnace. When you heat the sample, some gases may evolve and the weight of the sample may get reduced, and therefore it may change its position in the furnace. So to maintain that position in the furnace, the sample loss in the weight of the sample is to be counterbalanced. The sample suspended in the furnace from one arm of the balance. From here the sample is suspended and it is counterbalanced by the tare. It is get counterbalanced by the tare, either electrically applied field to the coil or by adding some reference in the pad. The balances will often give a resolution of 1 microgram or better, and the sample sizes ranges from the few milligram up to 30 grams. So by using this balance we can analyze the sample of few milligram or up to 30 grams we can use the sample. With this very high sensitivity, the freedom from the vibration is essential. So this thermobalance that should be free from the vibrations. The difficulties that may affect the operation of a balance used in conjunction with the furnace are most important. The presence of corrosive or oxidizing gases. So some difficulties are there. So presence of corrosive gas or the oxidizing gases, if they are present nearby the balance mechanism, that is most undesirable one. And the balance enclosure is often purged with an inert gas such as nitrogen at room temperature. In this diagram you can see here the balance is purged with the nitrogen gas. So the corrosive or the oxidizing gases, they get removed around the balance. The problem with static electricity is there. This causes the attraction of the sample pan onto the glass enclosure. So when you have your sample in this position, and if the static electricity is there, then that static electricity which is there on the enclosed gas or the radiation shield, the static electricity develop and it may attract the sample holder to the wall of the glass enclosure. So this problem may be overcome by coating the surface. This radiation shield surface, it should get coated with the help of the conducting film or use of anti-static spray. The movement of the gas around the sample due to convection may cause noise and affect the observed mass. This may be reduced by introducing baffles. So between the sample holder and the balance, the baffles are introduced. Usually, experiments are conducted in a flowing atmosphere and suitable design reduces the convective effect. Thermomolecular flow may occur when the balance is operated at low pressure. So when you operate the balance at low pressure, there the thermomolecular flow occurs. If the sample or its suspensions or counterpoise experiences the temperature gradient when the pressure is low and the mean free path is comparable to the dimensions of the apparatus, the flow of gas molecules can causes an apparent weight change. For example, if the temperature difference of 100 Kelvin and a pressure of 10 raised to minus 1 torque is there, then the effect can be as much as 100 microgram. So 100 microgram effect may be there. So there may be change in the weight of the sample up to 100 microgram. When the sample of large volume must be used, then there is an effect due to Archimedes principle. The Archimedes principle states that when a body is immersed in a fluid, it experiences an upthrust equal in magnitude to the weight of the fluid displaced. That means if the volume of the sample plus sample holder is V meter cube, V is the volume of the sample and sample holder in meter cube, and if the pressure is P in terms of Pascal, then the mass of the ideal gas having molar mass m, then it will displace the volume at temperature T, and it is given by the equation as the mass displaced by that ideal gas will be mpv divided by RT. So in this way we can get how much of the upthrust is applied by the sample. As the sample is heated, so the density of the gas decreases, but the density of solid hardly changes. Therefore, the upthrust will decrease and the sample will apparently gain some measured mass. There are several ways to compensate this effect. The gain in the mass of the sample that can be avoided by using different ways. Firstly, run a blank Buoyancy curve with an inert sample of similar volume and subtract that curve from the experimental curve for our sample. Our sample will get the experimental curve. You will have to deduce the reference curve by using the blank Buoyancy curve, or by using that reference material. Whatever the curve you will get will be called as blank Buoyancy curve. That curve has to be reduced from the experimental curve. Secondly, the use of very small sample and crucibles will reduce the effect. So gain in the mass will be very small if you are using small volumes or small amount of the samples and crucible. For example, if the volume is reduced to 2 into 2.8, say for example 2.8 into 10 raised to minus 3 cm cube is the volume of magnesium oxide, that is equivalent to about 10 milligrams of MgO. So if you are using this quantity of magnesium oxide and if you carry out thermogravimetric analysis on that sample, then there is apparent gain of only 2.2 microgram. So only 2.2 microgram of the weight will gain by the sample. Thirdly, if we use twin furnace system where the counterpoise of a similar volume is heated at the same time, the effect is largely cancelled. Here we have shown the diagram of twin furnace system. So in one pan the sample is there, on the other pan the furnace is there, and sample and furnace reference material both are simultaneously heated by using the two furnaces. So it is called as a twin furnace system. So here we purge the inner gases so that the corrosive or oxidizing gases get evolved. This from here we can insert the protective gas so that it will protect our thermobalance. So by using this twin furnace system, we can avoid the gain in the sample, mass of the sample. Thermogrammetry in very corrosive atmosphere may be carried out by using magnetically suspended balance. In this magnetically suspended balance, the arm of the balance is going through the electromagnet. An electromagnet suspended from the microbalance holds the glass encased permanent magnet in the measuring cell. The sample in the furnace is connected by a suspension wire to the permanent magnet, and each mass change is transmitted back without contact. This allows the use of very reactive atmosphere or of the samples which produces corrosive or toxic products without their coming into the contact with the balance mechanism. So by making use of the magnetically suspended balance, we can handle the corrosive atmosphere which is generated due to the heating of the sample in the thermogrammetric analysis measurement.